I'm Joseph Correa.
I'm James.
I'm Mari.
I'm Christina.
I'm Brandon.
So there used to be a time when you would lose contact with people, friends, family, and that was it. You lost their number, lost their address, and it's gone. Nobody has been affected by that kind of loss than the people in this room. Coming from a military household, we move a lot. Every 3 to 4 years we're moving, and losing friends becomes part of life. All it takes is as simple as a first and a last name to be able to find somebody through Facebook. Over the course of the next few minutes, I'm going to go over some Facebook stats, some pros and cons, and exactly how to make an account. And I bet you're asking yourself, just because you make an account doesn't mean that the person you're looking for has an account. But I bet you didn't know that Facebook is the #1 used social media platform in the world. And according to the Social Shepherd, it has an active user list of 2.91 billion users. Twitter only has 486 million. YouTube is a close second to Facebook with 2.5 billion users, but that's not really a social media platform in the traditional sense. So if you are going to take a gamble with social media, you might as well go with Facebook. Some people say social media is only for the youth. But with 84% of millennials, those are being 1981 to 1996, having an account, Gen X, which is 65 to 1980, have a 74% of all Gen X having a Facebook account. Facebook is an important part of society now. There's a study by Pew Research Center that shows users over the age of 65 are the fastest growing demographic. There are people that don't want to have a Facebook that don't have a choice. My dad was forced to make an account just to be able to use his Oculus. Other sites require you to have a Facebook account just to access or make an account. What I'm getting at is that Facebook is just a basic, essential part of social society now, with 40% of the entire world owning an account. Some people opt out because of the disadvantages that they hear about. But there are also advantages. And just like a fence, there are two sides, but being informed is the first step on deciding which side of the fence you're going to stand on. A+ Topper has compiled a list of many advantages and disadvantages, pros and cons to owning a Facebook account. So what can Facebook add to your life? Well, makes it easy to reconnect with friends. Planning social events has never been easier than making the event, adding the people that you want, and sending the list out. You can find groups of like-minded people. There's even a dating app on Facebook now. There's a marketplace to help you get rid of all the clunk in your garage. And Facebook's marketing ads have helped businesses grow exponentially. There's also that mass spread of information that you can just, instead of texting each individual person, you just make a post on Facebook. Now everybody's got the same information. But there are drawbacks if you don't know how to combat them. People's main concern with social media is privacy. But that's in your control. If you have your private settings set to public and everything's public and everybody can see everything, well, when you get hacked and you lose your identity, it's kind of your own fault. But there's also that addiction, that social media addiction that people have been talking about recently. We get overly relied on these dopamine spikes when we get a like or for some reason, our crush sends us a friend request. And with that addiction comes loss of sleep. And I know, watching funny cats is hard to stop. But there's also cyberbullying. That's a big thing in the youth now too. And Facebook, being social media, is a platform for cyberbullies. So these are pretty big risks, but you have to be informed on how to fight them. And sometimes all it takes is basic knowledge of the app, knowing your privacy settings, figuring out who can add you as a friend, who cannot. And sometimes it's just self-discipline. With those two things, maybe those disadvantages might not even exist for you. The privacy settings are always in your control. Self-discipline always is as well. It's as simple as setting a timer. Smartphones these days have data usage and compile data to show when you're using your phone the most, what app you use the most, how long you use it. Use those features. Educate yourself. Knowledge is power. To get over a problem and have the power to do that, you have to know yourself and be willing to not only call out your issues, but do something about them. Some people believe cyberbullying is really hard to fight, but I disagree. All goes back to your privacy settings. Who can add you as a friend? Who can talk to you? Who can tag you? Block them. This is all stuff that's in your power. Maybe they'll make a new account and reach out to you, but you don't have to participate in those message requests. You don't have to open them. To fight cyberbullying, you just combine the skills that you learn with privacy settings and the skills you learn to fight the addiction, combine those two, and you got yourself a foolproof plan. So now we're gonna go into making an account. It's pretty easy. All you need is an email or a cell phone number. And if you don't have an email, make a Gmail. It's the most popular email service in the world. You just go to the Facebook site or app, you click create a new account. You have to use your real name due to privacy settings. If somebody makes a duplicate account with your name and your pictures, they're gonna ask for an ID. It's very easy for you to prove that you are who you say you are. It's not gonna be so easy for them. After that, you just put in your cell phone or email address that you wanna tie to the account, your gender, date of birth, password. I suggest using a strong password with a combination of capital letters, lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. After that, you just click sign up. And then you confirm through the text that you get on the number you use or the email you get in the email account you used, and you're done. But this is an important step. Before you do anything with your account, you're adding friends, pictures, your private info, this is the best time to set up your privacy settings. With a bare bones profile, it's so easy to decide how your profile exists from then on. So go through your privacy settings, decide what information you want public, private. The power you do or do not have is your responsibility. But now you know how big Facebook is. You understand its benefits. You understand its potential burdens. You have the tools to combat those burdens. And of course, now you know how to make an account. I've been a user since 2008-09, since I was in high school. And it's helped me reconnect with people that very important people in my life. My best friend from childhood. Now sometimes we can even visit each other. Being a military brat and then joining the military, I wasn't stationary long enough to build and maintain strong connections in the more orthodox way. So you know what Facebook has done for me. You know what Facebook has done for others. But what about you? Aren't you at all curious to find out? So what are you waiting for?